Welcome to Dragon Tales. I'm Sandra Pelly, the Dragon Ally. In this podcast, we explore the magical world of dragons, from connecting with your dragon and building relationships to dragon energy. Each episode dives into the transformative power of dragons. Why dragons, you might ask? They are powerful allies in our spiritual journeys, helping us unlock our inner strength and transform our lives. Join me to explore topics like meeting your dragon, dragon eggs, and dragon light language, as well as personal stories from our community. Discover how your inner dragon can guide you. Ready to embrace your inner dragon? Subscribe to Dragon Tales, visit our website, follow us on social media, and join our community. Let's take flight together. Hi, everybody. As mentioned, I'm Sandra Pelly, the Dragon Ally, and this is my beautiful guest, ViVyana, the Dragon Mystic. I would like to, first of all, bring us into this space in a very specific manner. So I invite you to take a moment. If you're driving, please come back and listen to this meditation part after, or turn the radio down for a minute, turn the TV down for a minute. Uh, Take a breath. Allow yourself to come into this space, taking another breath. In fact, I invite you to imagine dragon breath as you're breathing this next breath on the inhale and exhale. And that beautiful exhale is clearing your energy, clearing my energy, clearing the energy of all those who will be coming as guest speakers, all those who are listening, past, present, and future, in every realm and dimension. Inviting in for the highest good, for the most benevolent reasons, and the greatest good of all, the beautiful dragon energy of our inner dragons, our dragon guides, and the dragons who have yet to present themselves to us. I also invite you to lean in with respect and a willingness to receive and share with these beautiful dragons. And so it is. Thank you. I love that energy of that.
Me
Thank you
too.
so much for being here, ViVyana. I wanted to just tell you a little bit about her. First of all, I have known this beautiful soul for a long time now. We have met in a couple of different arenas. We both love to mountain bike, so that's that one of those common threads that brought us even closer together. So we will talk about anything under the sun and in the galaxies as well. So let me introduce you to her. ViVyana, the dragon mystic, channels dragons and their empowering messages and wisdom. On a mission to share the transformative, inspiring, and magical power of dragon wisdom, she is currently writing a channeled dragon wisdom book and creating an accompanying oracle card deck. V also shares dragon guidance readings and helps others connect with their own dragon spirit guides through her dragon connecting coaching. To help you start your own dragon journey, she has prepared a special gift for you. And she'll tell you a little bit more about that down the road during this interview. Uh, in the meantime, you can also check out her website, thedragonmystic.com. Hello! I'm so glad you're here.
It feels like it's been a while since we did some sort of, collective interview, and it is absolutely amazing to be here with
Mm,
you on Dragon Tales. I love how our names are like mirrors of each other. You're the Dragon Ally, and I'm now the Dragon Mystic, and it's just so lovely and synchronistic. Just love it.
Oh my goodness. I really want to start with just kind of giving some people a little bit more background. You and I have come in from this beautiful journey, and you've been a beautiful orchestrator of really helping people to start to understand what it's like to live in a totally different realm of thinking. you started out this incredible online school, and now you are shifting into this dragon energy, and that's been a fairly recent thing for yourself. And I just want to take a back step here for the listeners to really recognize that things can happen in slow ways or things can happen very rapidly. It's been my understanding that dragons have been around me for quite some time. My true awareness of them has only come in the last 2 years, has really amped up over this last year, and has gone into that inner dragon energy. And I say that, and people might think, oh, well, that's pretty rapid. Yeah, no. This beautiful soul here, when she decided to open up to dragon energy, she went from 0 to Mach 100 in about 10 seconds flat. When you think about the time that it took to do this. So tell us about that. Tell us about your connecting with dragons.
I've only been connected to dragons since August of 2023. Before that, dragons weren't even on my radar. Like, as you said, I created metaphysical school and it was open for 4 years, and through that, I recruited a faculty of 40 enlightening teachers from around the world. You were one of them. And in August, I connected with my first dragon through a totally, I don't know, not random, very synchronistic process, and you were actually involved in that. You might not know that, but you were. Um, so just to, like, give a little bit of backstory of how I connected with my first dragon, the beginning of August 2023, I started seeing dragons everywhere. My Facebook feed was full of them, and I was not in any dragon groups. They just started showing up, and I was getting emails, like from Sandra, about dragons. They were showing up everywhere in real life. Like, if I watch TV, there were dragons. Like, there were dragon clouds. There were dragons everywhere for 3 weeks. And in, like, the 3rd week of August, I saw yet another dragon show up on my Facebook feed while I was, insomniac and scrolling while I couldn't sleep. And it finally dawned on me to ask the question, I wonder if I have a dragon spirit guide trying to connect with me. And you would think something marvelous happened, but no. Nothing happened at that time. But I did feel an extremely powerful intuitive nudge to pick up one of my crystals. So I'm also a crystal healer, and my headboard is full of crystals. And I had this particular Priscelli blue stone on my headboard. And this is the stone that I was feeling intuitively guided to pick up. So I picked up the stone in my left hand. And as soon as that happened, that's when the dragon magic happened. So when I picked up this crystal, and I mounted it afterwards because I wear it almost all the time now. When I picked up this crystal, I felt a powerful energy come out of the crystal into my hand, up my left arm, into my heart, and then spread across the my whole body from my heart. And I knew that it was a female spirit guide. Like, I've been connecting with spirit guides and my spirit team for long enough. I knew that much, but I didn't know anything else about her. And so I said, "Hi, who are you?" And the first thing she said to me was, "I am the dragon crystal guardian of Priscelli Bluestone." And I was like, "That's great. I hadn't met a dragon before." And she's told me that many dragons guard crystals, and many crystals are guarded by dragons, but not all dragons are guarded by crystals, and vice versa. And I was like, that's kind of hard to believe. So one of the very first, conversations with this dragon was one of disbelief. And she said to me, "It matters not what you believe."
Wow.
And I think what happened is that she respected my discernment, that I didn't actually just believe everything that she said, and she knew that that was going to be the relationship going forward, and at that moment, she decided to become my dragon spirit guide, and she rests curled up on top of my heart chakra. My heart chakra now looks like a little cottage, but like it didn't before, but now it does. And she rests kind of curled up on the roof of my heart chakra cottage. And after that, my life has been completely different. I started connecting with more and more and more dragons. I now have 4 dragon. Hmm. My family I have a dragon family of 4, let's put it that way. So I have they're not all guides. Ashara, um, I eventually named my dragon spirit guide. Her name is Ashara, so if I say Ashara a lot, that is who I'm talking about, the my dragon spirit guide and the dragon crystal guardian of Preseli Bluestone. And I now have 4 dragons within me, and I have now connected with over 80 dragon crystal guardians and over 100 dragons in total, and they just keep coming. So I call it dragoning. Some people, it's another word that I use for dragon channeling. And, you know, I go dragoning several times a week in the middle of the night when when I wake up and can't sleep. That's when I do my dragoning. And yeah, they have totally changed my life. I started connecting with the Dragon Crystal Guardian Collective, and they are, as the name implies, they are specific dragon spirits that guard Gaia's crystals, and they are specific crystals for each dragon, right? So Ashara is the dragon crystal guardian of Preseli Bluestone. The second dragon I ever connected with is Gar, and he is the dragon crystal guardian of Androdite Garnet out of Japan. And that's a very interesting story. I'm going to share it in a podcast someday. And then it just started like it snowballed. And the more dragon crystal guardians I connected with, the the faster the dragon connections came.
Mm.
And they each have their own colors, their own personality, their own dragon energy archetypes, which is kind of like pieces of their dragon energy signature. And they each have a message that they want to share with humanity.
Wow.
And
Yes.
so,
Yeah,
yeah,
stop you there for a minute. Okay. So you went from not really knowing anything about dragons to boom. What was that emotionally like? What was that like to suddenly have it's almost like almost too many, I guess you could say. There can never be too many dragons in my mind. Uh, and I know that I haven't got the relationship that you have willingly stepped into, and I think that's a really key piece. I step willingly into the ones that I choose to step into. You've gone even further, like getting the names, getting the crystals. Like how do you even handle that? Like, are you writing it down as the dragon appears? Like, what is going
yes,
on with you with this?
yes. It all I I organize my life with Trello. You might not know what it is, but it's an organization software. And I have my tablet on my headboard. And during the night, when I'm done dragoning, I furiously write down in my dragon journal on Trello all of the information that I can possibly remember, because not all of it is something that your brain remembers, because it's all intuitive downloads. And so it doesn't always stay in your brain in order to journal about it. But I journal as much as I can. And yeah, I have a really extensive Trello dragon journal, which then turned into a really big Excel spreadsheet, which is soon to be an oracle card deck and dragon wisdom book. So, yes, I feel it's really, really important to journal about your dragon experiences, because, like, even now, I go back to some of my dragon journal entries from January, and I'm like, "Oh, wow, that is totally applicable to today." And of course, that's the way it is because, when you're guided by intuition, these things happen and it's normal. But yeah, I have a very extensive Trello dragon journal and Excel spreadsheet with all of the information that I can possibly remember of all of my dragoning and all of my dragon channeling. In terms of emotional response, um, dragons are really empowering spiritual
Mm.
beings, and at no point have I felt overwhelmed by them, which is actually kind of surprising for me to say because when I had my intuitive awakening, my very first one in 2010, I was completely overwhelmed for a year and I didn't know what to do with feeling other people's energy and feeling other people's pain and like walking into emotional clouds that people left behind in places. I didn't know how to deal with all of that. I had 2 science degrees and that was my reality. Um, but at no point have I ever felt overwhelmed by my dragons. That's lovely.
Oh,
They kind of just know that what I can and cannot handle.
and I love that, and I wanna speak a little bit further to that for just a moment. Uh, yes, dragons are empowering. I know this from my own experience with dragons. It's just absolutely incredible what's unfolded for both you and I and other people who have connected in with dragons. It has been my human experience that has brought me to this sense of overwhelm, not because of the dragons, but because of my human awareness of what's going on and the possibilities and the potential and the expansiveness of this. And it's understanding that that has been really critical in helping me to dial back the overwhelm for myself because it's realizing that I'm the one that's creating that overwhelm, not the dragons. Yeah.
I hear you. I hear you. Because basically what I did in like from I connected with dragons in August of 2023. I gave my first dragon wisdom workshop in September through metaphysical school, which was just this is a whole bunch of wisdom that Ashara has shared with me. Do you want to hear it? Like that was that was workshop number 1, right? And then I gave another workshop in February, Dragon Wisdom Workshop number 2, and it was about the Dragon Crystal Guardian Collective and, what information I channel with them, how they choose their names, some of the really cool and interesting pieces of information about them. And then in uh the beginning of March, kind of the end of February, after I gave the second Dragon Wisdom workshop, I decided this is what I need to do. I need to share this dragon wisdom with the world. And I
Mm,
couldn't maintain metaphysical school and do this dragon mission at the same time. And so the end of February, I kind of decided I need to let go of metaphysical school and I need to write a dragon wisdom book. And as
mhm,
soon as I made that intention, dragon orchestrated synchronicities started snowballing that intention and that manifestation really quickly. I I am super super excited that I was given the opportunity to contribute a chapter to a multi-author book called Manifesting Magical Moments. And that was in March. That was like March 1st. And at the time, I said to the publisher, so yes, I channel dragons and I would really like to contribute my dragon wisdom to this beautiful book of manifesting because dragons are super powerful, supercharging manifestors. And I said, but I need to do it under a new name. I can't do it under Tina Dubois. And there's lots of reasons why um, this is the case. And my publisher said, no problem. Tell me when you're ready. And so from March 1st, she said, you're in the book. And uh, I started a new Facebook profile. I bought a domain, thedragonmystic.com. I had a one-page website done in 2 weeks. I created my free gift to sign up to my newsletter, which is called it's the 5 steps. Oh, thank you. It's a booklet that I created called The 5 Steps to Connect and Commune with Your Own Dragon Spirit Guide. So that is the gift that I give for connecting with me, and it gives me the opportunity to share with anyone who's interested how to connect and commune. And yes, I do dragon connection coaching, but there are some broad steps that you can do to connect and commune with your dragon. And but my connection coaching is about finding your strengths and what's your story? Where are you at right now? Where do you
Mm.
want to get to? What are your strengths and how can we together get you to the place of your dragon connection communication goals? So that's what my dragon connection coaching is about. Um yeah, so I created that offer and I created my dragon guidance readings because in my second dragon wisdom workshop, I kind of intuitively downloaded a dragon guidance reading with my own dragon spread with from my own dragon crystal guardian oracle deck. And no, I don't have the art, but I have all of the information in my beautiful Excel spreadsheet. And so I give dragon guidance readings from my upcoming oracle deck without even having the actual cards. And it's a
Mm.
beautiful, beautiful reading because it's an intuitive exchange between me and the person I'm doing the readings for. Because to pick their dragons, the person that I'm reading for chooses a number between 1 and 64. And so each card, it's a 6 card spread, and each card has a specific meaning. And the person that I'm reading for, I say, okay, what is a number that you feel intuitively guided for this meaning in your card reading, like in your guidance reading? And so they pick the dragon, they pick the message. And then, it's this beautiful like collaboration, which not a lot of readings are, right? Like some readings are like the reader shuffles the deck and they intuitively are guided to a certain card. But this is a collaborative exchange of you get to pick the number between 1 and 64. What are you feeling guided towards? And so I love my readings. I don't know if I'm going to change it when I have a deck, like when I have an actual physical deck, but like I love the way that my readings work right now.
Thank you for sharing that. You alluded to the fact that the dragons had a big impact on your life because you went from, oh, I'm the metaphysical school creator and I've got these 40 teachers underneath me, to a complete pivot. And I think that's really important for people to understand, is that it is absolutely okay to pivot and change your life, whether you're doing this with dragons or whatever it is. If you feel divinely guided or whatever, go ahead and pivot, because there's a reason why it's happening. So what other impact have these incredible dragons or had on your life?
Supercharged super manifesting skills. Um, there are some really interesting synchronistic events that have happened in my life since dragons came into my life. And the first one was manifesting magical moments.
Mhm.
And then, the guidance to I need to share this dragon wisdom. And so I'm really excited. That's my first book chapter. I'm going to be a published author June 20th. But shortly after that, my publisher asked me if I would be interested in curating my own multi-author dragon book. And I was blown away. And I was like, absolutely. And some really incredible synchronistic things happened right before, like literally 4 hours before. My publisher sent me this off the cuff voice clip question on her week off of working. And I started getting like start talking to other dragon channelers. At the time I only knew 3. You were one of them. and 4 hours before my publisher Melissa asked me if I'd be interested in curating this book, I was invited to a Facebook group absolutely full of dragon channelers because I had said I really wish that I could meet more dragon channelers. And one of them connected with me. And so when I agreed to curate this book, I was already connected to this huge group of dragon channelers from around the world. Like, it was totally amazing. Like, the whole story of it is just incredibly synchronistic. So, in terms of impact the dragons have on my life, yes, supercharged, super manifesting. And just so you know, it's not all rainbows and roses. When you are connected with dragons, you really need to be careful about what you are putting out in the world in terms of thoughts and feelings, because there's been a bit of grief in our household in the last month, and so it's been kind of teary. My mother-in-law passed away a little over a month ago, and so I absolutely wholeheartedly believe that I super manifested a roof leak and a burst pipe at the same time due to grief. Like, stuff happens.
It does.
Yeah. So this is just a reminder that we create our reality with our thoughts and feelings, and we can create that personal reality through conscious positivity or unconscious negativity. And so it's okay to feel sad and to feel grief, but we need to be aware that that also affects the reality that we create for ourselves.
You're speaking my language. You're definitely. There's an author, Jill Bolte Taylor, who my stroke of insight. She had a stroke, and at the first half of the book, she is totally in that magical, mystical brain side as she creates that bridge again between the both halves of her brain. And in that, if you listen to her audio of this book, the other half. When that other half comes back online, you could hear the change in her voice. It's really fascinating. Anyway, one of the things that she says in there is that the emotions are literally, we're choosing to hold on to them past 90 seconds. Like, emotions are 90 seconds long. And if we're holding on to them past that, then we're the one creating that ripple of whatever it is. So like, of course humans are going to grieve, you know, and we have to learn. I don't even know what we have to learn. And I guess I'm putting too much into, I don't even know where I'm going with that. Do you know what I mean?
Emotional
Like,
self-mastery. Like,
thank you.
we have the choice. Like, our free will is all about our choice of what we think and what we feel.
Exactly.
And so, yes, we're going to grieve. I understand. I get this. But, we can also choose to see the beauty in the life and the relationship that we had with our loved ones. And
Love
so we
that.
can choose to be in joy of the memories, the relationship, and the love that we had, or we can choose to miss them.
Yeah. Yeah. Fair enough. Um, you have mentioned, without actually giving us the title, yes, you told us the title of the book that you have a chapter in. And I'm going to ask you, what is a chapter of the entire book that you are creating? But first, give us the first one first with the one chapter. And then okay.
Okay. My first chapter in a published book, which is going to be coming out on June 20th, is called Manifesting Magical Moments. And my chapter is called Manifesting Magic with Dragons. And in it, I share 4 important lessons I have learned about manifesting since dragons came into my life.
Beautiful.
The solo author book that I started when I started channeling the Dragon Crystal Guardians is going to be called Dragon Wisdom: Empowered Channeled Messages from the Dragon Crystal Guardian Collective. And the very super exciting multi-author book that I am curating is called The Dragon Codes: connect with powerful dragon energies for healing, manifestation, and ascension. And just so everybody knows, I have my first author already enrolled in the Dragon Codes. And I'm super, super excited to welcome Sandra Pelly, the Dragon Ally, to the Dragon Codes as my first author in the book. Welcome, Sandra.
Thank you. Thank you for asking me. What a beautiful honor. And I know of some of the other people that you have asked, and as they come online, this book, even regardless of who does come online, be they a known name or an unknown name, dragon energy is infused in this book, and it's going to be a very big impact. And dragon energy, I just really want to highlight this is, we collectively, humanity has gone from a dim awareness of dragons, an awareness through some of the ages as well, eons ago, of dragon energy. And we have all these um, illusions and imaginative tales of dragons, and some being accurate, some being inaccurate, whatever they are, wherever we resonate in them. The thing is dragon energy is here in a way that it has never been here before, and it's only going to get more magical, more empowered, and we are being welcomed into the fold in a way that we've never been invited before. And it's such an incredible opportunity to be a part of this relationship with them. And that's why when I did that meditation at the beginning, it was is recognize and be in respect to this dragon energy. Wow. Yeah.
I agree. So our publisher, Melissa of Heart Open Publishing Enterprise, or Hope, is that not the most inspiring name for a publishing company anyway, Melissa asked me, why do you want to create this book? And I said, because humanity is ready to receive the dragon codes. Humanity is ready to understand, to receive that dragons are powerful spiritual beings, and they are loving, supportive, nurturing. They are here to help us on our spiritual evolution. Humanity is in this pivotal moment of spiritual awakening, and the dragons who have always been here are ready and willing to help us progress along our spiritual evolutionary path. This is why I want to create this book. Like, I'm obviously writing a chapter in the book, and you're writing a chapter in the book, but I want to share with people that there are so many different kinds of dragons. There are dragons from Earth. There are dragons from out of the universe. There are dragons from other dimensions. There are lots and lots of different kinds of dragons. And for those of us who already channel dragons, this is an opportunity for us to share our dragon stories in order to help other people embark on their own dragon journeys and connect with their dragons. And so this book is going to be a beacon for those who are ready to connect with their dragons and like feel that intuitive nudge like I felt, I wonder if I have a dragon spirit guide. Like, that's what this book is about. It's to help people ask that question and progress along their own dragon journeys.
Yeah. So I want to highlight two things that are coming in energetically right now. One is, depending on when you are listening or watching this uh, first episode with my actual beautiful guest, V here. Um, First of all, if you're listening to it fairly early on in 2024, mid 2024, then there's definitely an opportunity for you to become a part of this book. And I highly recommend that you connect with V through the website that's provided. And let me just throw that up here again. Or if you have missed the boat with regards to that, there's possibly going to be a second book, maybe even more. We're unsure what's unfolding with that. And the other thing to do is purchase the book, because it is going to give you so much information on
how to open yourself up to the incredibleness of this and to have your own experience. And you may totally resonate with some of the people in there, or you may open up portals or windows that you really even weren't aware of. So, very, very empowering.
We have a
Yeah.
launch date for the Dragon Codes of November 11th. It needed to be 11/11/2024. So that was our auspicious day that we chose to launch this book. So that's when the Dragon Codes is coming out. And like Sandra alluded to, dragons are extremely powerful and they want their messages and they want their wisdom out in the world. And so if it happens that, we have a lot of authors enroll in our book, it is going to become a series and we'll have multiple volumes of the Dragon Codes, which I'm super excited about. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
You know
there
what? Go ahead.
there's lots it's going to be lots of opportunity to share your dragon story
Mm,
out into the world.
yeah. You know what I find is so remarkable is uh, this uh, this what you and I are doing today, creating this together, is coming on the heels of in my Dragon Tales series of the on my YouTube channel. It is on the series about inner dragon energy. And I literally was finding out what inner dragon meant to me. And I had this big event occur in my life that put me into a situation where I had to stop for 2 days, actually 3 days, 2 nights and 3 days, and be in a situation where I was like, okay, what am I going to do in this space here? And I was divinely guided to go, okay, you're looking at inner dragon energy for yourself. You are being asked right now by Dragon to ask what inner dragon means for humanity. And this is what we're talking about. Like, dragons are here to stay. And um, ViVyana here has been so empowered in a very short time. Mine has been a little bit longer, a journey. And yours can be anything in between, longer or shorter, even still. So step into it. Choose to step into your powers. Choose to step into this incredible existence with dragons, right?
I love how when you're speaking, you naturally share the difference between dragon guides and your inner dragon. And I have the same thing. So I said at the beginning, I have a dragon family of 4, and Ashara is my main dragon spirit guide. My other 3 dragons are, 2 of them are dragon crystal guardians themselves. And then I also have been given into my keeping a baby dragon. And but my baby dragon, her name is Halcyon, she's not a dragon guide. She was given into my keeping so that I can help her understand
Mm.
humanity. And so that Ashara can help teach her. And so that all of the dragon connections, because I have had over 100, and some of them are really, really enamored with Halcyon when they meet her. She's, in terms of dragon development, Halcyon's going to be a really well socialized dragon because she connected with me, and this is why she was given into my keeping. But I wouldn't say that she's a guide. But I also have my own inner dragon, and she is not a guide. She is me. She is a reflection of me and my whole consciousness, my subconscious, my superconscious minds, and her name is Mirror. And so she also rests within me. She is my inner dragon, and she is blue and silver, and I can always feel her wings along, my shoulder blades. And she helps me with many, many things, but specifically, she helps me with dragon fire transmutation, which is a process that came to me intuitively, to release and transmute limiting beliefs. Again,
Mm.
somewhat influenced by Sandra's teachings. So yeah, I'll be sharing Dragonfire Transmutation in, an offering coming up. But yeah, so like I was saying, there are so many different types of dragons. There are dragon guides. There are dragons that, are with us to learn from us. And then there are inner dragons as well. In addition to all the other types of dragons that are out there, earth dragons, crystal dragons, galactic dragons, dimensional dragons, there are just so many. And so there's so much. There really is a dragon for everybody,
There is.
no matter
And
what you resonate with.
you know what? I want to kind of bring this to a beautiful natural conclusion. Although having said that, you and I will definitely be speaking more about dragons in future episodes. Comically enough, I had no idea what my inner dragon's name was until you said the name of yours, and I was just given the name Gel, Gel, as my inner dragon's name. And it's like, so I just feel like, thank you so much for that, Tina. Formerly known as Tina, with regards to the dragon mystic energy. I have another final question that I'd like to ask you. Are you open up to exploring this? It's my take that the inner dragon is a very much an action taker. And by what you have just said, I think you've really brought that home to the audience. So if you could kind of step into the energy of really kind of playing with that inner dragon energy, the action taker, and you have the ability to have unlimited action in any area of your life, what part of your life would you choose?
What's coming is shine. I am as introverted a person as you're ever going to meet. And it's been a journey for me to go from I am happy to share other people's wisdom, which was part of metaphysical school. I also shared my own. That was also part of metaphysical school. But now being the dragon mystic, I am stepping into my soul purpose as the mystic, and it is just me. There isn't anybody else behind me. There isn't anybody, I'm not sharing anybody else's channeled information or knowledge or wisdom. This is all me. And it is time for me to step up and share this wisdom because I was chosen. The dragons have told me that I am their emissary and I need to share their wisdom. And so that's what I'm doing.
Thank you so much. Is there anything else?
My dragon mirror, she is here to help me do that in whatever way that I might need.
Thank you. That feels very impactful, and I can feel the energy of that. That was beautiful. Is there anything else you'd like to share as a closing?
I would love to share that if you feel an intuitive nudge to connect and commune with your own dragon spirit guide, I would love to invite you to check out my website at thedragonmystic.com, where you can sign up for my newsletter and receive my booklet that is pretty extensive with 5 steps to connect and commune with your own dragon spirit guide. And hopefully we can connect through Facebook or through my newsletter and stay connected through the books that are coming out and my very exciting offerings and the dragon codes.
Love it. Thank you so much for being here and being my first guest of honor.
Thank you, Sandra.
Take care, everybody.
You too.
In closing, thank you for being a part of Dragon Tales. I can't wait to share this enchanting journey with you. Until next time, may your dragon guide you.